All right, hi you guys. I am here for math help for whoever needs it. So I just want to give you a little reminder that when we're doing this, if you are just speeding through the video to get the answers, you are not hurting anyone but yourself. I want you to be able to do this on the test. All right, so here we are distributing and combining like terms today. So what that means is I'm going to take this number that is outside the parentheses and distribute them to everything inside the parentheses. And remember, when we distribute, we always multiply to everything inside. Okay? 7 times 1 is 7. 7 times negative 8n. Shoot. 7 times 8 is 56. Positive times a negative is a negative, and then I can't forget the letter n. And that is it. That's our answer. Okay. Oh, I forgot my eraser. Sorry about that. Okay. Let's move on to the next one. Number 2. Okay, so we have negative 8 times b plus 3. Notice that I say times because whenever I have a number right next to the parentheses, it means times. Always. Okay, so I'm going to distribute the 8 to everything inside. So negative 8 times b, negative 8 times 3. Negative 8 times b, I don't know. Let's just take those two, smash them together. Negative 8b. Remember, you can only do that when you're multiplying because this means multiply. Negative 8 times 3 is negative 24. Negative times a positive is a negative. And that's our answer. All right, let's do the next one. Number 3. Okay, now we have negative 6 times 9 minus 9v. Okay, so negative 6 times 9, negative 6 times 9v. Now remember, this negative sign, it's attached to this 6. They're buddies. They go together. Okay. All right, so negative 6 times 9, negative 54. Negative 6 times negative 9. Negative times a negative is a positive. 6 times 9 is 54. Don't forget your v. Ta-da! All right. There's my answer. All right, let's go on to the next one. Number 4. This one's a little tricky. Okay, so we have a negative times 3x minus 9. Okay, now remember, when there's just a negative number hanging out by himself, there's a little invisible 1. It's right here where you can't see it because 1 times anything is itself, okay? So what's negative 1 times 3x? Negative 3x. It's just the opposite of 3x. What's negative times negative 9? Well, negative times a negative is a positive. 1 times 9 is 9. And there's our answer. All right, moving on. Don't forget, if I'm going too fast for you, there's a pause button. There's also a rewind. Or even better, come up and see me. I'd love to help. All right, -9 times n plus 6. Okay, once again, let's multiply. -9 times n, -9 times a positive 6. 9 times n is -9n. -9 times positive 6. 9 times 6 is 54. Negative times a positive is a negative. Remember, signs are different, it's always negative. There we go, final answer. Okay, let's go on to number 6. All right, what do we have now? -10 times a plus 2. All right, are we getting in the habit yet? Okay, -10 times a, -10 times 2. So what's -10 times a? -10a. -10 times 2? -20. Okay? Remember, you guys, if you're not, if you don't have your multiplication tables memorized, that's okay. Just make sure you're using your calculator. Okay? Super important. All right, let's do -7, because -7. Number 7 is a little bit tricky. All right, so we have 5k minus 10. Okay? But then here's the weird part. Sorry, that's in parentheses. But then we have times -9. That's not confusing at all. Okay? Now, the thing is with multiplication, remember, it doesn't matter what order anything is in. So we're just going to multiply. Okay? Multiply means right next to the parentheses. So we're going to do the exact same thing, and we're going to do it backwards. Easy peasy. Okay? Now, somebody asked me, which one do I have to do first? Well, guess what? In multiplication, it doesn't really matter. So just pick one, because we're just multiplying. So technically, the correct way is to do it from right to left. So we'll go ahead and we'll do that. 9 times 5 is 45. Oh, don't forget the K. Oh, but now be careful. This is a positive, and that's a negative. Negative times a positive is a negative. Okay, so -45k, -9 times -10 is positive 90. There we go. There's our answer. Forward, backward, upside down, it doesn't matter. All right, let's move on to number 8, because it's getting late. Oh, and my lights went out. Hang on one second. Okay, number 8. We have -4 times 4 plus 3p. Okay, so now we need to multiply. Remember, today the answer is always multiplication. Negative 4 times 4. Negative 4 times 3p. 4 times 4 is 16. Negative times a positive is a negative. Okay? Negative 4 times positive 3. Positive 12. Don't forget the p. All right. We are all done. Okay. 4 more and we are finished. That bell's gonna ring on me, so just ignore it. Here we go. Number 9, negative 6 times x plus 2 minus 2. Now, don't let this mess you up, okay? Remember, when we're multiplying, we multiply times everything in the parentheses. This is not in the parentheses, so we are not going to multiply by this number. Okay, so let's go ahead and multiply. Same as we've done before. Nothing different. Draw our swoopies in here. Negative 6 times x is negative 6x. Negative 6 times 2. Negative times a positive is a negative. 6 times 2 is 12. Okay, now see this negative 2? We're just going to bring it right down. Whoop. Minus 2. Okay, so now, so down here, this has a letter. This doesn't, and this doesn't. That means that these guys right here, these guys are friends. They can sit at the same table, okay? What's negative 12 minus 2? I heard you think that it was 10. It's not 10. Use your calculator. Negative numbers will mess you up every time. Negative 12 minus 2 more is negative 14. And then don't forget our negative 6x over here. Okay, this has an x. This doesn't. We can't go any further. So that is our final answer. All right, here we go. No bell yet. We can keep going. Number 10. Oh, shoot. All right, 4n minus 7 minus 6n. Okay, look at this, guys. There's no number here. Remember, when there's no number, there's what number? An invisible 1. Okay? So let's take that invisible 1 and distribute it. Okay? 4n, we're not going to do anything with him. We're just going to bring him down. 4n, negative 1 times 7 is negative 7. Negative 1 times negative 6. A negative times a negative is a positive. Okay? Positive 6n. Okay, now look here. Do any of these match? This has an n. Does anything else have an n? Yeah, this guy right here. If I have 4 n's here and 6 n's here, how many n's do I have? Yeah, I have 10 n's. 10n. And then don't forget your 7. Minus 7. And that is our final answer. Do I have one more? I don't have time for one more before 4th period starts. All right. So number 11 and number 12 are just the same as the last two that I've shown you. Okay? I have faith in you guys. You guys can figure these last two out on yourself. All right? If you have questions, you know where I am. And if you're already at home, you can always email me. All right? Good job, you guys.